Hello everybody, my name is John and welcome to another movie review vlog. And yes, I am out and on location here in Sacramento, mostly because the last week or so has been quite busy for myself, and I do apologize for not uploading any new regular movie vlogs. And at the same time, I do realize that this week will be the Avengers Infinity War movie comes out, which is the most highly anticipated movie of 2018. So in preparation for it, I'm going to take a look at some of the previous Avenger movies. Not all 15 or 18 of the movies leading up to it, just like the basic three, because it's all trilogies and it's a lot easier for me. I will get to the other movies at some point, mostly the Iron Man trilogies and the Captain America trilogies. However, I did do the Thor trilogy, so I'll leave a little annotation somewhere up here, a little card thing, if you guys want to check those out. But today it's going to be The Avengers. This is a movie that has been highly anticipated by Marvel Studios for a very long time. Heck, pretty much highly anticipated for all comic book fans out there. Because in the past we've always had rumors and gossips about this and that and possibilities of a Batman movie and Superman movies forming a superhero team of their own, which never happened up until 2012 or several other superhero movies. But of course, when the very first Iron Man ended with the end credits, that's of course, that little hint tells you that there's going to be much more to come. And they did. And throughout the course of 4 years, they've done a very fantastic job building up these movies over the course of the first 4 years leading up to the Avengers movie itself. And I do gotta say, it did not disappoint. It is so exciting and quite refreshing because one of the most difficult parts about having so many actors and so many characters in one little 2 or 3 hour movie is the fact that, well, there's too many characters. But luckily for Marvel Studios and Disney, they had the very great idea of bringing in Joss Whedon to co-write and direct this movie. And the thing about Joss Whedon is that he's got a ton of experience when it comes to handling with complicated storylines and characters as well. He's had his fill when it comes to various TV shows and everything else, and this is actually quite the perfect role for him to direct this movie. And I gotta say, a lot of the characters have their own little mini subplots and stories in between, but it doesn't fill up too much of the story. It mostly focuses on a great threat is looming. Loki is here with the scepter and he's trying to rule the world for another unknown enemy, which, spoiler alert, it's Thanos. All the other previous movies for the last 4 years pretty much build up to this very moment with Avengers. And of course, a lot of the fight scenes here were pretty great and spectacular as well. Especially when it came to the Avengers themselves butting heads with each other, because they all have their differences, especially when it came to Iron Man and Captain America, which I thought was the greatest tension of all. As for everyone else, they did a very fantastic job, especially filling out the rules for the most part. And if you ask me, this movie pretty much fills out pretty much exactly kind of like a comic book storyline, which is actually pretty amazing. Now, I do have some minor gripes in between. One of them being was the Captain America suit, which, if you ask me, kind of looked a little too, Halloween story, if you ask me. And it was kind of a little ridiculous. But of course they overlooked that, and plus the way they marketed this movie leading up to it was pretty much just oversaturated with so much Photoshop ridiculousness. But then again, the ads and everything else is not part of the movie. But other than that, I really didn't think of much other than the alien armies as well were a bit of a flaw as with the movie, because where it leads up to Iron Man launching redirecting this nuclear missile at the one mothership that's connected to all the soldiers, which die instantly. Which, okay, that was a little ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm like, all right, they have to end it some way or another. They just can't have stragglers fighting off here and there. But other than that, there was a lot of heart, there was a lot of drama, and especially there was a lot of great tension and a fantastic storyline from beginning to end. And if you do have at least 3 hours to kill, this is time well spent. And with that said, this is actually one of the best comic book movies that I have ever seen. It's so great that I would have to give this a perfect 5-star rating, despite the minor complaints that I have with it. But and where does it stack? Well, I will have to say at this point, Avengers 1 will have to be the number one. Will have to be on top right now, with Logan right below it, for my own personal reasons. And I will have to, but of course, that something tells me that top tier number one list will probably not stay up for long, depending on how the other Avengers movies hold. And with that said, this concludes another movie review vlog. If you guys like what you see, feel free to like, subscribe, comment in the description box below whether you like this movie or not. And of course, if you guys would like to support me financially, you can always hit me up on Patreon for the $1 a month club, where I'll take any and all requests for the right price. And with that said, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, and I will see you all next time.